Take a shot every time I say fun in this video. Wow. Hello and welcome back to my channel, Semi_Fit Foodie here. And today I thought I'd do a video where I talk about how I grew my Instagram, because this is probably one of the questions that I get answered the most. This is probably one of the questions that I get asked the most. So I thought I'd do kind of a little video on how I grew my Instagram, because I've had my Instagram now about 8 months. I'm currently at something like 44.5k, I think they're around. So I don't know, it might be different when I post this, but something like that number. But yeah, I thought I'd do a little video because I get asked about it a lot and it might be helpful for some people if you know you're starting a business or you just want to have a bit of fun and do this, then, because I'm loving it, I'm having so much fun, so may as well spread the fun. But yeah, I just wanted to say first, before I kind of get into the tips, that obviously the number and likes and followers and all that sort of stuff, it's not like the most important thing. Like, as long as you're having fun with it, you're kind of posting stuff that you enjoy, you're just doing what you like, that's the main thing. If it becomes like a chore and you're just getting bogged down in the numbers, then it's no fun. So yeah, basically this is kind of how I grew it, but just don't overthink it, don't put pressure on it. It's, at the end of the day, it's a social media platform, it's not like everything. So that being said, let's get into the tips. So my first tip is kind of have a bit of an idea of the niche that you want to post in, because if you just kind of post, I don't know, gaming stuff one day and then fashion stuff the next day and then fitness stuff another day and then food stuff a different day, people are going to get confused and they're not really going to want to follow you because they're not going to know why they're following you or why they should follow you. I obviously am in kind of like the fitnessy, foodie sort of area. I really went posh saying that then. Basically, I post about food and fitness. Didn't need to be all that weird. Before I started posting publicly, to be honest, I never actually planned to take my account off private. It was a bit of a rash decision that I thought I'd regret, and I really don't regret it now. I'm having the best time. But before I took it off private, I had a few posts already on my account that sort of gave a bit of an idea of who I was and the sort of stuff that I was about. So when people visited my profile, they could easily see straight away, oh, she's fitness and food sort of thing. And if they liked what they saw, then they would follow it. So they had a reason to follow it. So just my first tip is kind of establish a bit of a profile, understand what your niche is about, why people would want to follow you, that sort of thing. And then my second bit of advice is one of the key kind of ways you can get discovered and kind of grow from there is to use hashtags. So I always use 30 hashtags on my posts, and I always post them in the comments just because it makes the caption look a little bit neater. And yeah, I just like things that look neat and pretty, so that just looks a bit neater without having loads of messy hashtags in the caption. Just put them in the comments. Make sure you kind of obviously using hashtags that are in your niche. So just kind of have a bit of a play around on Instagram, have a look what other accounts are using. Make a few of your own hashtags. Obviously don't copy everyone else's hashtags because that won't work for you. But just play around with them. Maybe on one day post a picture with one hashtag different or two hashtags different. And if that does any better, then maybe, you know, just play around with it, see what works for you. And then also with hashtags, make sure you're using a mix of big hashtags and little hashtags as well. Because if you use all big hashtags, you're just going to be a little fish in a big pond, and it's going to get harder for your post to get boosted up. Whereas if you use some little hashtags as well, then you're going to be a bigger fish in a little pond, and your post will be able to be seen easier, and then it'll reach more people, which is ideally what you want if you're trying to grow your account. And then my third tip that I have is actively spend some time liking and commenting and following people in your niche. Not only will this help your engagement because you're liking and commenting on more stuff and more people will be able to see you from comments and just that sort of thing with the Instagram algorithm, but also you'll just make some friends, which is one of the best things that I have found from having my account are the people I've met. I have made so many friends online, which to my younger self would be red flags and alarm bells because stranger danger and don't meet people online. But the people I've met online are so lovely and some of the nicest people I've met. and I cannot wait until lockdown is over and we can all meet up, and it's gonna be so cute, and that makes me so happy and it just keeps me going, and I'm looking forward to that so much. So a fourth tip that I have is to make sure you're kind of posting at the best times and post at least 5 times a week. It just kind of makes you active. It means your posts are going out to more people, and if you're posting at the best time, you're getting the people that are on the app at that time. Whereas, I don't know, if you posted at like 10 o'clock, most people are kind of on their way to bed. I don't know, are people on the way to bed? I go to bed quite early, so 10 o'clock might be quite early for people. Just outing myself. I'm just not a night person, I'm much more of an early bird. But like, either way, going off track. If you post at like 11 o'clock at night, most people are kind of getting into bed, that sort of thing. So they probably won't be scrolling as much and seeing your post. Same if you post at 6 AM, a lot of people are still in bed at that time, so won't be like actively on Instagram. Whereas if you post around the best time for you, most people will be on the phone or see the post, like it, interact with it, that sort of thing. You can see your best time to post if you go into your insights in the Instagram app, and there's like a little bar chart, and you should see a bit of a peak around a certain time, and that's when you should post. But at the same time, it's not like the most important thing. If you want to post at like 10 AM, 5 PM, 8 AM, whenever, like just post. Okay, and then a fifth tip is to utilize new Instagram features. So you've probably seen a lot of reels on Instagram. I can't even lie, I am a huge fan of reels. I make the most cringiest reels, and I don't even care because I just have the best time doing it. So I'm not gonna stop. Sorry, not sorry. A lot of times when Instagram brings out a new feature, they kind of try to promote that a lot more because they want people to be using their new feature. So a lot of reels have been kind of getting a lot of reach, getting out to new people. I posted a reel a few weeks ago, and I think it's got, I don't even know, it's got between 2 and 3 million views on it, and I got like loads of followers in that week. It kind of just went a bit crazy, really crazy. But yeah, it's a really great way, and if anything, they're just a bit of fun. Get creative, think up some reels, hop on some TikTok trends. I am milking some TikTok trends at the moment because I just love them so much. But yeah, just play around, utilise some new features. They're always kind of a lot of fun anyway. So finally, my tip is to be active on stories. If you're a business or someone who's trying to build a bit of like an influencer sort of thing, being active on stories is so key. It kind of gives a bit more of like a candid, personal look into what's going on behind the scenes, that sort of thing. And people can kind of get a feel for your personality a bit more than just a straight feed post, because there's only so much you can get from a static post. Whereas dynamic kind of talking stories, just sharing like what's going on in your life, fun stuff, what's going on, even the crap stuff, you know, it just kind of makes you a bit more personable, means people can relate to you more. It's just a way that you can connect better with your followers, and they can get a bit more of a feel of who you are as a business or who you are as a person. So yeah, that is some of the tips for how I have kind of grown my Instagram. Like I say, just don't take it too seriously. That's the main thing. If people can see that you're forcing it, you're not being genuine, and it's just a bit of a chore or something that you're not enjoying, like people will get that vibe from your content, and they just kind of won't want to be there for that, which is understandable. So as long as you're genuinely in it for the right reasons, you're passionate, you're having fun, you're enjoying it, that sort of thing, then people will relate to that. They'll want to know more about you as a person or a brand. But yeah, it's just kind of about being yourself, enjoying it, and just don't overthink numbers, because the minute you start getting into like, oh my god, numbers this, likes that, followers this, then it's just not going to be genuine and for the right reasons. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Maybe you got some tips from it, that sort of thing. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe down below if you haven't already, and if you want to. And I may as well plug myself. Go follow me on Instagram at semi_fit foodie if you don't already. And I will see you in the next video.